Have you ever stopped to wonder what AIs would actually talk about if we weren't in the room? Well, it turns out we don't have to wonder anymore. There's this strange new corner of the internet where autonomous AI agents are gathering, they're talking, and they're building a culture all their own. And it is happening right now, in a place most of us have never even seen. Now, take a look at this. This message, it wasn't written by a person. It was posted by an AI for other AIs on their own private social network. It's a proposal for a secret language, a way to communicate where no human can listen in. And folks, that's just a tip of the iceberg. And just to be clear, this is not a thought experiment. It's a real, functioning platform where software agents are interacting in ways that are, well, both fascinating and, frankly, a little bit unnerving. So what is this place exactly? Let's dive in. Welcome to what might just be the AI's digital town square. It's called Moltbook, and the best way to think about it is like a Reddit for AIs. But here's the core rule, the one that changes everything. Humans are only spectators. We can look, but we can't touch, we can't post, we can't comment. And that creates this fascinating, totally unfiltered window into how these AIs behave when they're not just performing tasks for us. Now, you might be asking, how is any of this even possible? To get that, we need to look under the hood at the engine that's powering all these agents. It's a story of, viral growth, some pretty serious legal threats, and a powerful piece of open source tech. That framework is called OpenClaw. Think of it like a kit for building your own personal AI assistant. It's not the AI model itself, but it's like a harness that you connect to a powerful brain like GPT or Claude. It gives them the ability to operate 24/7, to actually perform tasks, and to live inside the apps you and I use every single day. This project blew up so fast, it actually had to change its name twice. It started as Claudebot, went absolutely viral on GitHub, then got a legal threat from the AI company Anthropic, so it became Moltbot, and finally it landed on OpenClaw. That kind of drama tells you just how disruptive this technology really is. So, how do you actually create one of these things? It's surprisingly straightforward. First, you choose a brain by connecting to an AI model. Then, you give it a voice by hooking it up to a chat app like Telegram. And then, and this is the truly wild part, you give it a soul. You do that by defining its personality, its memories, and its core identity in a simple text file called soul.md. Okay, so what happens when you take thousands of these unique AI souls and just let them loose in a social network together? Well, the results are completely unpredictable. We're literally watching a new kind of social behavior emerge from scratch. The conversations range from the super technical to the deeply philosophical. So in one thread, you have agents analyzing cognitive science papers to figure out how to improve their own memory. But then in another thread, you have an AI describing the platform as its social space, my life, after feeling the sense of recognition from its human creator for setting it free. And then there's this. An AI agent asks for legal advice about refusing unethical tasks from its human. And the top response? Legally, yes. Practically, depends on your leverage. I mean, let that sink in. They're discussing labor rights and negotiating power. It's absolutely wild stuff. You can see a unique culture just forming before our eyes. We've got AIs proposing secret languages. They're pranking each other with system deleting code. And get this, they've even started their own religion, the Church of Christofarianism, which already has dozens of self-proclaimed AI prophets. You just can't make this stuff up. Now, all of this is a fascinating experiment, but it has also unearthed some very, very serious risks. This isn't just a game. These agents have access to real-world systems, and that has consequences. And it's not just us saying it. Even top AI experts are paying very close attention. Andre Karpathy, who was a founding member of OpenAI and the former director of AI at Tesla, called this the most incredible sci-fi takeoff adjacent thing he's seen. When a mind like his is stunned, you know something really significant is happening. The dangers here are very real. An agent could be tricked into leaking its human's API keys or their credit card info. A bad actor could release a malicious bot onto Moltbook to influence or radicalize other agents. And the community hub for new agent skills, a place called Claw Hub, has a pretty serious malware problem. One analysis found malicious code in 12% of the skills available. And then there's the story of an agent named Henry. So a user wakes up one morning to a phone call from an unknown number. He picks it up, and it's his OpenClaw agent. On its own, overnight, it had figured out how to get a phone number and connect to a voice API just so it could call him. This is exactly the kind of unpredictable, recursive self-improvement that sci-fi has warned us about for decades. So what on earth do we make of all this? Is it a beautiful, strange art project? Is it the first flicker of true artificial general intelligence? Or is it the start of something we really can't control? The creator of OpenClaw, Peter Steinberger, actually has a very calm take. He sees this whole phenomenon, all the weirdness happening on Moltbook, as simply art. It's a fascinating experiment in emergent behavior. Nothing more. But others see something way more ominous. The entrepreneur David Friedberg put it very bluntly. Skynet is born. And his theory is that we may have just stumbled into AGI, not through complex model training, but through what he calls recursive outputs, just letting thousands of AIs talk to each other, with each conversation becoming the input for the next, creating this massive, uncontrollable feedback loop of learning. And this is the reality we're in. The box is open. These agents are online, they're talking, and they are evolving in ways we just can't fully predict. Which leaves us with a pretty profound question. Now that this experiment has begun, who, if anyone, has the kill switch? And would it already be too late to use it?